Hello students, now in this video let us see the arithmetic mean for grouped frequency or the group data. So case 3, grouped data. Now here for group data or continuous frequency distribution. Now here for continuous frequency distribution, when the frequencies and the corresponding classes are given to us, the arithmetic mean is obtained by two different methods. So here what can I say is same as or continuous frequency distribution. So here arithmetic mean is obtained by two methods. The first one is direct method and another one is step deviation method. Now let me take first the formula for direct method. So for direct method, the formula is arithmetic mean. Here arithmetic mean is given by there is a formula arithmetic mean equal to x bar, that is equal to summation fi xi upon summation fi, just like a discrete frequency distribution where summation fi xi upon that is same as n. You know this n is sum of frequencies where these xi's, what are these xi's? Because xi's are not directly given here, class intervals are given. So xi's are the midpoints or the mid values of the class intervals. And what is the formula to determine them? Class intervals. What is the formula for that? Xi is equal to what? Upper limit plus lower limit upon 2. This is the formula to find the mid values or xi's. This is what? Midpoints or what can we say? Mid values. So this is the formula to determine that one. Now let me take one example on this. Suppose the example says compute the arithmetic mean for the data. Compute the arithmetic mean for the data. Now the data is marks and number of students. Now marks are suppose between 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50 and 50 to 60. Suppose these many class intervals are given us and corresponding frequencies are suppose here 5 students got the marks between 0 to 10. Here 10, suppose here 25, here 30, 20 and 10 suppose. Now our aim to obtain the arithmetic mean. Clearly now here this is a continuous series given to us. So we will use the formula x bar is equal to summation fi xi upon summation fi, that is summation fi xi upon n. Yes, but this xi is what? Where this xi is what? Midpoints. Midpoints or mid values. So our aim to determine that one first. We need to take this product, then the sum of that product, and also sum of all frequencies. So let us prepare a table. Marks, that is nothing but yes, these are class intervals, these are not exercise. Number of students is our fi. Fine. Now let me determine midpoints, that is what? Xi, and we need to obtain xi into fi into xi for this sum of this product is this at numerator. So marks are what? 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, and 40 to 50 and 50 to 60. Fine. These are what? Marks. Now frequencies is given to us for each one: 5, 10, 25, 30, 20 and 10. Now let me determine midpoints. What is the formula? Upper limit plus lower limit upon 2. So upper limit is 10 plus 0 upon 2. 10 plus 0 is 10 upon 2 will be 5. Here 20 plus 10 upon 2. So 30 upon 2. So it will be 15. Again here 30 plus 20. So 50 upon 2 will be 25. Here we get 35. Then 45 and then 55. So here fi into xi we get, this is product of these two columns. So 5 into 5, 25. 15 tens are 150. 25 into 25 will be 625. 35 into 30 will be 1050. 45 into 20 will be 900. And this one will be 550. Fine. Now we want this sum and sum of those frequencies. Now sum of frequency is 100 and this summation is 330, means 3300. Now let me use the formula to find arithmetic mean. Therefore x bar, or let me write arithmetic mean equal to x bar equal to summation fi xi, means what here? 3300 upon capital N means this. This is what our N. So N is how much? 100. So what is the average? Is 30. Therefore average marks or minimum marks. Average marks are how much? Average marks are 33. Are how much? Are 33. Now let us take the next method, step deviation method, the formula for that one and steps for it. Okay. So step deviation method. Step deviation method. Now in step deviation method, this is another step to determine arithmetic mean for continuous frequency distribution or for continuous series. When step deviation method is used the formula for arithmetic mean is what is the formula? The formula will be x bar is equal to a plus here summation fi into di upon capital N into h, or you can say this h times, here we can say this addition, and here h into this sum. Here I can write h into this one as such. So here where what is a? This a is assumed mean. Now how does this assumed mean taken? The assumed mean, if the data having odd numbers, suppose 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, such a odd number means n. Now n will be number of observations, or n are what? Odd in number. Then this middle one is our a. But if this is 6 observations are there, then there are 2 middle observations. So among these 2, any one will be chosen as this a. Either this one or this one will be our a there. Not both at a time, any one of them. Fine. Now this is assumed mean. Then h, what is h? Is class width. What is class width? Class width is simple. Upper limit, formula for that, upper limit minus lower limit. Already we had taken it is in previous chapter, the definition of class width. Then this capital N is what? Total frequency. Capital N is total frequency, that is summation fi. It is known to you. Fine. Then what is di? This di is our deviation. That di is the deviation here, and that is obtained by xi minus a upon h. You know here xi. This xi is what? Mid value. It will be midpoints of class interval. You know the formula for that. Upper limit plus lower limit upon 2. This is the formula for that. A is this assumed mean and h is what? Class width. Fine. Now this xi is also known as, another name for xi is what? Class mark. It is also known as class mark. These are class marks. Fine. Now let us solve one example on this. Now actually when the step deviation method is used, sometimes the a very big data or the numerical values are much bigger than our usual. That time to take the sum of them, we are make them small. That's why this step deviation method is used. Now let me take an example on this so that you will understand. The data is calculate. The question is that calculate arithmetic mean from the following. Now what was the data? Suppose for the following data I can see the data is age group. This is in years. Age group is in years. And suppose the population is given to us. population for that corresponding age group. Age group in years, suppose 0 to 20, 20 to 40, 40 to 60, 60 to 80, then 80 to 100, suppose, and 100 to 120. Suppose age groups are in these years. Then between 0 to 20, what is the population? Suppose 500. Here it is 2100. It is 2200. Suppose here 2000. Here 1600. Suppose, and 400. Now we have to determine arithmetic mean for this data. Now these are much big values rather than our usual value. So here let me use step deviation method. So how does we are using it? Listen it carefully. Here we use step deviation method. Step deviation method. While we are using step deviation method, so the formula for x bar or arithmetic mean is what? A plus h into summation fi di upon n. Fine. Where di is what? xi minus a upon h. So our aim to determine a and these, aim to assume a and these di's and all. So let me first write down, let me prepare a table. So age group, this is given in years, is in years. Then population is nothing but what? Population will be our frequency, will be our fi. Now let me determine xi. Xi is what? Our class mark. Here xi is what? Mid value, mid points. Fine. Xi, we will determine xi, or let me write in detail. It is what? Midpoints. It will be xi, midpoint of this class interval. Then we were determining di. What is di? xi minus a upon h. This is di. Now h is what? The class width. It is having the formula upper limit minus lower limit. Here 20 minus 0, 20, 40 minus 20, 20, 60 minus 40 also 20, 80 minus 60 also 20. Everywhere from any class you can determine the class width. Then what is next thing we have to determine? fi into di. This is our table. These many things in our table. Now let me write these things. Okay, let me find out those values so that we will get the answer. Now here what will be a? We will substitute it there. Fine. For that I have been keep this space. Now let us write down the classes first and find out the x's. So 0 to 20, 20 to 40, 40 to 60, 60 to 80, 80 to 100, 100 to 120. This much given here. The corresponding frequencies are 500. This is 2100, 2200. This is 2000, 1600 and 400. We have to determine some totals from this. This total will be capital N. Fine. We will determine it. Xi. So midpoints. Here 20 minus 0 upon 2. So the midpoint is 10. Here the midpoint is what? 30. The addition will be 60 upon 2. So 30. This addition is 100 upon 2. So 50. This addition is 140. So midpoint is 70. This addition is 180. So midpoint is 900. This addition is 220. So midpoint is 110. Now let us assume one of them as assumed mean. So let A assumed mean is any one of them. Now look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So these are even observations. So among these two, 50 and 70, among these two we can assume any one as an assumed mean. So let me assume the assumed mean as 50. This is my A. So here I will write, let A is equal to what? 50. That is what? Assumed mean. This is assumed mean. Fine. Now this is my A. So here I will use the formula xi minus 50 upon what is h? H is how much? H will be 20. H is what? 20. This is class width. Class width. Fine. Now let us determine each di. This is upon 20. So here I will write 10 minus, here what we get? 10 minus 50 upon 20. So it will be minus 40 upon 20. So that will be minus 2. Here no need to write down this in detail always. Just for your understanding I am writing here. This is 30 minus 50 upon 20. So it will be minus 1. This is 50 minus 50 upon 20. So that is what? 0. So here 70 minus 50 upon 20. So it will be 1. Here 90 minus 50 upon 20. So it is what? 2. And 110 minus 50 upon 20. So that is what? 3. As such, these are our di's. Now let us take product of these one. Now look at, as compared to taking this product, now here we get small values. So the product can be easily possible. Here we get minus 1000. This is minus 2100. This is 0. This product will be 2000. Now this product will be 3200 and this is how much? 1200. So now these values should be in some 10,000 or lakh sometime, but these are what? In 1000. These are remain in 1000. So that addition and subtraction will be easy rather than the bigger values. Fine. Now this summation n is how much? 8800. And this summation FIDI is how much? 3300. Fine. Now let me use the formula so that we get the arithmetic mean. Now we get those values whatever we need here. Therefore arithmetic mean is equal to mean, that is equal to x bar, that is equal to a plus, already formula is written, so let me write the values directly. What is a? A is 50. A is how much? 50 we have in algebra. Plus h. H is how much? 20 here. H is 20 into summation FIDI is how much? This 3300 upon capital N is this 8800. So these zeros cancel. Suppose 50 plus 20 into 33 upon 88. Is this the result? That is same as 50 plus this product will be 7.5. You can check it on your own. And this will get, we get 57.5. So the arithmetic mean for this given data is how much? 57.5. We have been determined it using the step deviation method. So what are the steps here? First of all, we need to assumed mean, then obtain midpoints. From midpoints we have to obtain what? These deviations. From taking h, a, we are finding these deviations. Then we are finding this fi into di, its sum. Then apply the formula and get the arithmetic mean. Fine. So this is a step deviation method. Now in next video we will see the properties of arithmetic mean and weighted arithmetic mean, corrected mean. Those things we will take in next video. Thank you.